Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to, I believe, part 10 of my progression series. Just want to start off by saying thanks to everybody who's been following my series so far. It's been a pretty good journey so far and we've done a lot of things on this account, and I know in one of the parts previously I said that I was kind of worried about not having too many things to do, but this game keeps throwing things at us, so I'm pretty happy to say I think there's still a lot to go through. Starting off with my character right now, I just leveled up to level 251, and you can see I am 12%, so I just did my monster park, and what I'm going to need to do is to do the Labyrinth pre-quest. This one actually does take a little bit of time, so I might hold off from doing this just now, but I do want to talk a little bit about what I plan to do in this part. The first thing that I want to talk about is today is the Identis reset. So again, it's another week's worth of food storehouse that I need to put a character through, and just following up from the previous part, I've been putting my Demon Slayer through it. Hopefully with the next 3 food houses we can get the Demon Slayer to level 200, and then we'll push the Demon Slayer to 210 with the XP coupons. Somebody in the comments mentioned that it was about 4,000 or 5,000 coupons instead of the 2 to 3 that I expected, which is fine because we still have the minigame. I believe it's just changed which minigame it is. It's one of these ones. I haven't accepted any of the new stuff just yet, so we'll just have to go do the new minigame to grab more coupons, and I think as of right now I have about 7,000, so by the end of the week I'll have 10,000, which is enough for 2 level 210 links. So one thing I didn't take into account was actually the Mega Burninator. This is a item that we get from our dailies on day 8, and I'm not really sure where to put this on. Most of the characters that I wanted to level up link-wise have been already pushed to either level 120 or 210, or are in process of doing that, and 150 is just one of those weird levels where you don't get too much value out of it, so I'll need to think about which character I want to Mega Burn to 150. Most likely I'm going to pick a character that has a level 2 link with a good Legion block. Maybe we'll discuss this later in the video, but for now I'm just going to leave it as is. Another thing I need to do is actually to get my arc to level 141. Currently it's at level 113, so still a little bit away, but because we have the 10 growth potions ready to be claimed, I kind of wanted to get to 141, and also I think for my daily gift, yep, I get another 2 or 1 here, so that should push a good amount of levels onto the arc, and it will make its way to level 210 as well. Anyway, I think that's enough talking for now. What I'm going to do is going to go through this really long lab pre-quest, so then we can cut our dailies and our weeklies down by a little bit, and I'll see you guys in just a sec. So I just finished up the Labyrinth pre-quest, and along with Labyrinth we have unlocked a new daily that we can do. So this extra Tenebrous daily will give us a lot more EXP, so hopefully getting to 255 isn't too far away now. Alongside that, because we did hit 251, we get our level 250 rewards. We get 100 symbols, some experience node stones, and a really nice title. So let's go ahead and claim these. So from the rewards, the best one probably by far is this title. I believe it gives a little bit of boss damage and ID and whatnot, and I believe it should be better than the 5th job one that they gave us at the beginning. I didn't really check the comparison, but I believe it should be better. And yeah, it looks like it does give more EXP, more attack, some sacred power, which I'm not sure if they fixed. But yeah, overall it is a better title, and we'll use this for the time being. It does last for about a month, which is fine. Realistically, I could have let the old one expire, but yeah, it looks like both of them last for about the same time. Anyway, I think that is all I really wanted to do on this character. Right now, I'm just still working through the dailies, and we're kind of making our way to 255 like usual. For now though, let's focus on a little bit more on our mules and what exactly I'm going to be using some of the bonuses on. So while doing the Labyrinth pre-quest, I had to think about what to use the Mega Burninator on, and I wanted to pick a character that had a usable Legion and a usable Link. And having a quick look at the list of Link skills that a lot of battle mages use, I'm kind of torn between one of 2 options. One of them is just a standard Explorer Mage, because some of the Explorer Mages give Int as part of their Legion, and the Link skill only goes up to level 2. Or we can do Kinesis for a similar thing, where I believe Kinesis's Legion is Int as well, but its Link skill is a very powerful one at crit damage. So I think At the moment, I am definitely leaning more towards Kinesis, just because I don't really know the class that well, and it kind of makes sense to just put on a class that I don't really know, whereas the Explorer Mages are a little bit more familiar to me, so training it should be a little bit simpler. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal, it only goes up to 150 anyway, and I think we're fine with that. For now though, I'm just gonna go onto my Demon Slayer and do another Identist Food Storehouse, and try to see how far I can get this character in terms of XP. I'm really hoping to get at least 5 or 6 levels. That way, at that pace, I'll be able to get level 199 by the time that I finish the 3rd food house. And we can use Scrapyard once again to get to level 200. So let's see how we go. I'll go grab some 2x coupons and a rune and see how much EXP I can get. So I managed to get to level 200 with just doing the food storehouse twice. It looks like the second round of food storehouse is actually a lot better than the first round. They add a big mob every once in a while, and it seems to give you a lot of EXP, and I don't remember giving it this much. So yeah, it looks like we might have a much easier time getting these level 3 links than expected. This Demon Slayer definitely took a lot less time than I expected as well, and I'm definitely not complaining regarding that. Alright, now let's finish up this character. All we need to do now is to get it to level 210. And to do that, we just need to use the XP coupons you get from these mini games. So again, I'm not really sure how much it takes, but we're about to find out. I have 8,000 points to start off with, and yeah, we'll just see how long it takes. So there we have it, level 210, and I'm just going to double check how many points I have left. Starting off at 8,000 does take about 4,500 points to get a level 210 from level 200, which is fine. That means that by the end of the day today, I haven't done the minigame, I'll have 4,600, so the next time that my arc comes around to level 200, I'll be able to also push that and have enough points to get to 210. And with that, I think this makes our 3rd level 3 link completed. We get a slightly bigger Legion block here. I'll worry about rearranging these another time. But for now, like I said, we have 3 level 3 link skills, and we are now working on the arc. So I just need to get this character to 210 as well. First I need to actually get it to level 141. It's currently 133 because I did a little bit of training. Not quite there yet at 141, but once it hits 141 I'll use the extreme growth potions to push it as far as possible. And it will also be the next character to go through the food storehouse tomorrow. And then hopefully we can also get this to level 200 and then 210. Before I go into my arc to train him to level 141, I want to talk about the next Sunny Sunday, or in 2 weeks time, there's one coming up, and they will be giving us a Terror Burninator, which is a Hyperburn, I guess, a burning character that gets all the way to level 200, and I need to decide on which character to put that on. I already don't really know what to put the 150 on, but the level 200 burning is actually a little bit more simpler for me. We basically have to pick a character that has a level 3 link, and I only have 2 that I haven't created. One of them is the Aran, and Aran is a okay link skill. She gives us some more EXP from the combo orbs. But the thing is, I'm not too fussed about training right now. It does speed up my mules a little bit early on. But like I said, I'm not too focused on training at the moment, so I am actually probably going to make a Angelic Buster to get to level 200. So the Angelic Buster link skill is a very strong buff that we use while bursting. So it makes sense for her to be our level 200 burning character when we get that from the Sunny Sunday. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Just letting you guys know ahead of time. So in 2 weeks time we'll make the Angelic Buster. For now though, back to the arc. I'm going to try to get it to level 141 like I said, and then we'll throw the extreme growth potions and see what we get. I did a 30-minute coupon and I managed to get to level 144 on the arc. So now we are in good range to use the extreme growth potions. I got 2 from the dailies like I mentioned before, and I have another 10 from the Identisk event. So let's open these up and see how many levels we're gonna get. Ideally, we will get to like a level 180. So 40 levels would be ideal, but that also is pretty lucky. Yeah, we'll just see how many we get. I need to make sure I claim these as well. And here goes nothing. Let's see how many we get. So with those growth pots, we managed to get 42 levels, which was on the higher side. I managed to hit one of the pots with 9 levels. And I think with those 9 levels, it shot me to like level 170 something. And then the rest of the pots carried me to 186. So now it's actually in a pretty good level range, because the next time that I do my food storehouse, I might get about 10 levels. The last times that I did it on my Demon Slayer, I got 10 levels. So from here, assuming we get to level 196, I only need to do another 3 levels of training to get it to level 200, which means that it's actually probably not a bad idea for me to pop another 30 minutes and then see if I can get it to level 189. So then the next time that we do the Identis Food Storehouse, it'll go to level 199 in preparation for Scrapyard. I might leave that for now, but this is an insane amount of levels and this is a big gain. We're about to finish another level 3 link tomorrow. This is insane progress. I am very happy that these extreme growth pots pushed so fast, which puts me in a kind of first world problem with this account where I don't really know where to put the next set of 10. This one I'll have to actually think about. I have 2 choices really. One of them is to put it on an existing character. There's only maybe 2 characters I'm thinking of. One of them is the Evan. Another one that I could do is my Phantom, because I'm not really sure where my crit rate is on my main at the moment. But the Phantom is a pretty strong level 3 link as well, so then I can use more points into my hypers elsewhere instead of where it is now. But at the same time, yeah, I just need to think about which one I want to do. So for now though, I'm pretty happy with just working on the Arc, and then in 2 weeks time we'll have an Angelic Buster as well coming up. No rush to figure out where these extreme growth potions go. It is also currently the bossing reset, so we just had a tick over and all our weeklies have been refreshed. And I'm about to just go through them and see if we can get some more money. That way we can use that and invest in our drop gear and continue on as per last week. Hopefully with the money we'll be able to get maybe 1 or 2 more pieces to legendary to try to get our item drop gear. And with that we'll be able to try to get a better chance at some of the equips. I'm still missing out on a Dominator pendant. And of course I haven't gotten any Golux drops just yet. I am sitting on 520 coins. And the only, I guess, usable drop I've gotten so far is still this reinforced Golux earring. So I'm really hoping for some more drop rates so then I have a better chance at these equips. So I'm going to go through and do some of the bosses. Thankfully, I don't really care too much about item drop. I do have a Legion luck ready for some of the bosses, but unlike last time, we don't need to have a certain amount of drops from our bosses, including Lotus, Damien. I don't really care too much about the shield recipe at the moment, and all the other previous bosses, they don't really drop anything of use. I think the main one that I'm kind of interested in is probably still Pink Bean. It's because our Black Bean mark became our Meso gear, so I do need another one to be able to use it as damage gear. Princess Note is still another boss that I do want to get drops from, because the ring is very useful. And of course, I want to try to do my bosses in a way that I can also do both Golux and Arcarium with the drop coupon. That way I can maximize the use out of the drop coupon. So let's go first through our weeklies and see how much money we make. So we just finished up our weekly bosses, and I also did some of the daily bosses along the way as well to try to get the most chance of getting some drops. And by the looks of it, doesn't look like we actually hit anything. We've got a few cups and some belts from Pink Bean, but that's pretty much it. Golux didn't drop anything of interest either, no Dominator pendants, and no Kana's treasures this week. But that's fine, our drop rate isn't too high at the moment, so we were just kind of hoping for the best there. I think the only thing I didn't really check was whether or not we got a shield drop, but we did. We got an extra recipe, and this will slowly build up, so when we do decide to push for 20 stars on the shield eventually, hopefully we'll have a stash of at least a few of these to try for it. Anyway, let's sell our crystals and see how we go. We made 1.4 bill, and that puts us at just underneath 2 bill right now. On top of that, we did also get a bunch of random drops along the way. We have a bunch of these hard cubes and honor and some flames as well. Don't mind this mega burninator, we will use this very soon. It expires in about 24 hours, so we'll be okay. So I'm actually going to spend this money immediately. Like I said, I kind of want to try to get my drop gear as soon as possible. And one of the first things I want to do is actually get this greed pendant to legendary. I don't really like using a mechanator pendant. I'm really holding out for either a superior, reinforced, or a dominator pendant. So the greed pendant might actually have to be a equip that I'm going to use to legendary. And it kind of works out because it does already have inherently 20% drop rate for equipment, which increases our chances of getting dom pendants. So I don't hate using this as a piece of equipment for drop gear. To save myself some money, I believe from the Identisk event, we get a unique potential scroll. And I'm just going to use this on our greed pendant. And then from here, I'll try to tier it up using some bright cubes. Luckily for us, it actually became 3 lines straight away. And now I just need to buy some cubes and we'll see how it goes. So I bought a pack of 50 and see if we can get it to tier up. Oh, lucky us, we actually got it on the second roll. That's really convenient. That way we can use the extra 48 or so. And I'm going to put it on this condensed power crystal. I had a quick look and I don't really see any viable, I guess, good upgrades to this condensed power crystal at the moment. It's kind of all I have, and I really don't want to do Commercy. But because we're only doing it for drop gear, I am not too fussed just using this this piece of equipment. So hopefully within the remaining 48 we can get it to legendary. Got our unique tier up. Let's see if we can get it to legendary in 44 cubes remaining. Wow, okay, we actually got it super cheap. It took 10 black cubes to get 2 legendaries. That is really good value. Wow, okay, that's fantastic. Now with these remaining cubes, I'll try next on this unique earring. I've kept it from last time. Last time we rolled into unique and ran out of money. Now we can try to black cube this to see if we can go legendary. Given our luck so far, I don't think that this will. It'll probably balance out, but that's fine. We're gonna have to go for legendary on it eventually. Unsurprisingly, we didn't get it to legendary. Now, I just need to decide whether or not I want to try to push this one to legendary first or try to re-roll for these lines. I think from the Identisk event, they give us some cubes I could use. They give us 10 here, which I guess I can claim. And they also give us another 20 over here, which we can claim as well. I guess I'll claim this after I use the 10. Who knows, maybe we'll hit. So ideally, we're going for item drop for the 2 items. See what we get. Okay, nothing with those cubes. Now we can claim the glowing cubes from the in-depth exploration. And we have 20 to try to go for item drop or meso here. Okay, we managed to get item drop, that's good. Let's move on to the condensed power crystal. And we actually get meso obtained, okay. We're actually pretty happy with that. Now we have 5 lines of meso across all of our equipment. And we have 4 lines of item drop by the looks of it. So we just need to get 2 more pieces of equipment to legendary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some more bright cubes and try to tier up that earring again. Looks like we can afford another 20 or so. Let's see if we can get it to tier up. No tier up for this one. We did actually get a little bit of a gain. It went from 15% to 18%. So I guess stat-wise it's not too bad. Looks like I have very little money. I don't know if I can buy any more. Oh, I can buy another 10. And I think I'll keep the remaining 188 mil for the time being. Last 10, see what we can do. and that is all with the money that we have. Even though that the earring took a lot of cubes and it didn't tier up, having 2 legendary tier ups already is very, very good. And the fact that we hit both an item drop and a meso line pretty quickly is always good news. And these cubes do last about a week, so I can hold these off until next week when I do my weeklies again, and then maybe we'll tier another thing up to legendary, but for now, I'm not too fussed regarding the items. But having the 100% meso is very satisfying. Now we are maxing out basically how much money we can get when we do our dailies and when I eventually train. And having 4 lines of item drop, just another 20%, just gives us that extra bit of chance to try to go for our items from the bosses. I only just realized now I also had these extra glowing cubes. I didn't actually need to claim it, but that's okay. So all we have to do now is eventually get these 2 slots to legendary, so just 2 more items, and then we are in a really good position to do some farming. The fact that I'm not 255 yet is fine. I'm in no rush to start farming just yet, but getting the equipment ready is very, very nice. I think with the rest of the money, it's time to actually claim our arcane symbols. I've held off from using it because I didn't know what I was going to use my money on. But now that we've done some pretty good upgrades, it's time to just put it back into our arcane symbols. There we go, we finally cleared out our inventory, and I believe probably a few arcane symbols to say the least. Oh my god, almost all of them leveled up today. So this is gonna eat the rest of our money, so good thing we didn't spend it all. And just like that, we spent another 60 mil. Let's have a quick look at our stats right now. We are now at 18k, thanks to the boost from the arcane symbols. Having 4 symbols level up gave us about 400 stat, which is amazing. And we gained a little bit from our equips as well. We got 3% from this earring, and we did lose a little bit from here because we rolled off the stat, but it was only 6%, so it's not that big of a deal. To wrap things up for this part, we're gonna apply the Mega Burninator on a Kinesis. So I just gotta go create a Kinesis and then put this on, and that way it will be a burning character up to level 150. The reason for the Kinesis, like I mentioned earlier in the video, is because it does have a very powerful level 2 link, giving us a bunch of crit damage, and the Legion block gives us int as well, so even though it sits at 150, it will give us a benefit of both. So let's go apply it, so then at least it doesn't go away, and maybe I'll push it, we'll see how we go. I'll try to get it to at least level 120, so then we can at least get the link skill. Just finished up half an hour or so of training on my Kinesis, and I'm gonna leave it here for the time being. I won't try to push it too hard. It will take me a couple of days to just get it to level 120 anyway from Zakum, and I think the Mega Burning effect lasts for a little bit, so I'll be able to at least finish this before we get our Terror Burning character from the Sunny Sunday, so I'm in no rush to finish this, and even when I do need to push it, it should be pretty easy. It's another day, another reset, so we can go through the Identisk thing one more time. And most of the people who did the Identisk event at 190 got about 10 levels, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to level up this character to 189, 190 first, and then put it through the Identisk food storehouse. That way, when I do finish the thing, it should put me out at level 199. I'll go try train and see how it goes. Hopefully within a half an hour coupon, I'll be able to do both the Identisk event and get this character to 199 by training. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. It took a bit longer than expected to get to level 199. I may have had some mishaps with dying. I have some safety charms, and even though I'm only missing one, I definitely died more than once on this arc. I may have underestimated how squishy this character is. We got there in the end. The food storehouse didn't give as much EXP as I expected. I'm not really sure how my Demon Slayer felt like it got more, but regardless, we got there in the end. I did have to pop a few more EXP coupons than expected, but regardless of how we got here, what matters is that we did get to 199, and now we're just finishing the last part of it, and just gotta do Scrapyard for that last level for level 200. With Scrapyard done, now we just need to do the last step and get our last 10 levels using these EXP points. And there we go, we got another level 3 link done, Solace level 3, and we are pretty much almost done with the main damage level 3 links. I think the only ones that we have left to do are our Angelic Buster, which I mentioned again. Going to use the Hyperburning on that one, and Beast Tamer when it eventually gets released, hopefully sometime early next year. Just back on the main now, we can see that our links are definitely building up. We got so many things going for us right now. I just needed to finish up a few things. We need to get our Judgment, which is the Kinesis link, to level 2. That's almost done because our Kinesis is a Mega Burning character. And we also have Bravado, which is the Ho Young link skill that I've been very slowly leveling up. It's because I just kind of left him at level 100 and slowly decided to do Zakum on him. So you can see he's currently level 114 at the moment, slowly building him up as we go. Now that we have a bunch more characters as well, I need to actually include more characters into my Legion grid. So I actually do have this Kinesis that I need to put in, but I can't do that at the moment because I haven't upgraded my Legion, so I need to quickly do that. Just need to pay 140 coins to level it up to the next rank, and now we should be able to put him in. Again, I know my Legion grid isn't exactly the prettiest thing, but because we're leveling up so many characters so quickly, it's gonna keep spreading in random spots. To be quite honest, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's just a few int and a few attack. Nothing too much to worry about at the moment, as long as we make sure we put all our characters in, just to maximize the amount of coins we get every day. So we're just building up this Legion coin stack, and I still have been doing these every day, the Whelps and the Golden Wyverns. These give a lot of coins, so then we can freely use the Legion Lux whenever we need them, and eventually, of course, as well, the Legion Wealths. Anyway guys, I think that is all for this part. We went through quite a lot, and we've made a lot of progress on our Legion, and we've made some progress on our accessories. And I guess the main next thing that we're going for is going for this level 255, and I have to start a questline that I kind of put off for a little bit. The questline that I'm talking about is this Mushroom Shrine Tales. It's a pretty long pre-quest, takes a few hours to do, including the cutscenes. And from this quest line, there are a few things that we need, and I'm going to swap over onto my main account so I can explain it a little bit better. So the reason why we do the Mushroom Shrine quest line is because we unlock this thing called Threads of Fate. What it does is it allows us to have access to a few things. The first one I want to have access to is Tengu. So when your closeness with the characters go above, I believe, 70, you get this ability to summon them, and Tengu gives us a pretty powerful attack buff. So he will give us a good amount of damage that we can use while we're doing bossing. And another thing that we'll be able to do is this option called Ask. And there is a way to ask these characters to give us specific items. And one of the things that I'm really hoping for is the Ask that lets us get these mysterious herb pouches. Now, these mysterious herb pouches, when you open them, give you a chance at getting something called Juniper Berry Seed Oils. And these are used to craft something called Wealth Acquisition Potions. And these Wealth Acquisition Potions are pretty useful for us when we are farming. It gives us 20% extra meso obtained, and it also gives us a little bit more drop rate. We can make the smaller versions as of the new patch, which allows us to freely farm for 30-minute intervals. That gives us a significant boost in money and also increases the chance of us getting things like droplets, familiar cards, and node stones. So this is definitely something I have to try to work towards. It might take a while because, from my understanding, the chop wood or collecting herbs ask is kind of rare, and you can only really re-roll for it once a day. But I won't go into too much detail about it. I'm sure there's other guides on YouTube, so this is just more of an indication of what I'm trying to do. With that all being said, guys, thank you all for watching. Hopefully I'll be able to keep this upload schedule so then I don't have so many gaps in between. Of course, it is the holiday season coming up, so I can't really guarantee that I'll be uploading as frequently, but I'll try my best to give regular updates on my character because I am really enjoying this character, and the progress is very tangible at the moment. We're in like a really fun spot where almost everything that we do is gains for the character, and we're just going to be slowly working our way up to our goals. Right now, my main focus is to work on my links, work on my Legion, and try to get some more equips wherever I can. Of course, we're still missing one Dominator Pendant, and we're building up the coins from Golix to try to get our superior gear, or maybe reinforced gear depending on what drops from Golix. Thanks again for watching, guys. As always, take care and have a nice day.